Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back and Happy New Year. We are finally in 2025. I'm filming this on New Year's Day, which is a very grim and wet and miserable day, so I've had to put my lights on. So I hope you've all had a really wonderful Christmas and are approaching the new year in good health. I'm sure so many people may not be, but I'm finally, hopefully, coming to the end of that cold that I was already getting when you saw my last video. I've had it for probably about a month. It really lingered, but it's been okay. It's just hanging around. So you can probably still hear I'm still a little bit catarrhy, but I'm all good. And I'm really pleased to be finally making another video. I haven't made one for quite a few weeks now because I did film well ahead. So the last one you saw was just before Christmas, but I actually filmed it 2 weeks before that. So I've been very excited to come back and film, but also a little bit nervous because it's been a while. So I thought I'd just kind of show you what I've been doing, what I had for Christmas, and then we'll do a little make at the end, something that I've kind of rediscovered, a piece of ephemera that I've rediscovered, and I thought we'd have a go at making that today. So where shall I start? I thought I'd show you my little Christmas haul that I had. My girls really came good for me this year and bought me some lovely goodies. So I thought I'd share those with you. I can't remember who bought what, to be honest. So I'll just show you what I've got. So but this is all from my daughters. As I did have a bit of an Amazon wish list, and I kind of directed them towards it. So they did as I asked. One of my daughters did buy me something else as well, which is why I think the other one bought me more bits. So the first couple of things I want to show you is this this stuff. I've never used it before. It's called, this one's Nouveau Glacier Paste, which I've already taken out because I've been using it on my Christmas journal. And this one is a similar thing. Is this also called, no, this is Nouveau Shimmer, which I think is also some sort of paste. It's kind of got glitter in it, and as you can see, it's turquoise. And yeah, I've got this in mind for my next Moroccan journal, which is going to be coming up in sometime in the next couple of months. I haven't quite settled on which journal I'm going to start with, and I'm not going to probably start working on a journal till later in January because I'm going away in a couple of weeks. Well, it's less than that now, in about 10 days. So I'll be away for a week. So I will be able to hopefully get 2 or 3 videos up before I go. But then I'm afraid there'll be another gap because I'm going to be away, and it might take me a day or two to get back into it again. So it's a bit stop and start at the beginning of this year on the filming front. But it's just the way it is. We felt like getting away and having some winter sunshine, so we're going to the Canaries for a week. Anyway, so this stuff, I actually saw it on a video. I've been watching this lady called Jodie Lewis. She's got a lovely YouTube channel, and I've been watching her for the last few weeks. I've been watching all sorts of new people where there have been lots of collaborations. I don't know if you've seen. There was the Tracy Fox collaboration, which is where I saw this lady. There was the Rachel and Bella Crafts collaboration, and I've been watching people, and they've been giving me so much inspiration and so many new ideas, and I feel like I really want to start doing some different things this year. One of which is to do a bit more mixed media, I think. I'd quite like to do a bit more of that. This stuff is gorgeous. It's a sort of paste. You can see I have started using it, but it's got a bit of glitter in it. And I mean, I've painted with it, so I've used it to kind of go around the edge of things. I'll give you a quick look at my journal and hopefully show you a couple of places where I've used it. But I also used it through a stencil. It's like a paste. And it's not super thick, but it works really well through a stencil, so I was really pleased with that. So yeah, so I thought, well, I'll try that, and I'm really pleased with that. So that was the first thing. And then I've also got this beautiful Stamperia paper pad called Brocante Antiques. And I haven't even looked at it. I had my eye on it for a while. So I thought I'd just have a quick look through what it looks like. So it's got lots of little postcards, really pretty. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I just thought it was lovely. And it's got the usual gorgeous backgrounds. I mean, I love this with all the script and different scripts and different bits of ephemera and things. And then we have this. So, I mean, it would lend itself very well to a sewing journal, which I don't have any plans for right now. I've made one in the past. But then there's all this gorgeous paper. I mean, I think the backgrounds are just lovely anyway. And look at this lovely lamp, like a Tiffany lamp. And yeah, they're just such beautiful papers. This is gorgeous. So I don't really know quite what I'd do with it. I'll probably just hoard it for a while till an idea comes to me. But all these beautiful cups and saucers, old style cups and saucers down here, with ephemera in the background, and then on here as well. Isn't it lovely? Oh, look at the old teddy bear. So I've only really seen this on Amazon, you know, on the internet. So I haven't really had a proper look at what's in it. Sorry, my glue gun's getting in the way. So all sorts of cutlery and crockery. I don't know what sort of journal would you use this for, or just use it to make ephemera, make pretty things. And all the old teddy bears. And then we've got cameras, the old cameras, magic lantern and card holder. So yeah, awesome. This is all the photographic stuff. And clocks and watches. And again on the back. Then we've got the journal cards. So this is obviously about antiques in general. Mostly household antiques really. But really nice. And then we've got all the fussy cuts. Ooh, look at the back of that, or back of the tag page. That's really lovely. And then we've got these beautiful fussy cuts. So yeah, it's a lovely pad. I just wanted it, just because. So yeah, I've got that. Let's see if I can put that over there out the way. Then I also saw again. I think it was in one of the collaborations. And I thought I'd get some, so I put it on my wish list. This is artist's canvas, cotton canvas, but you can print onto it. It says printer compatible, which means that you could take any piece of digital paper that you really like and turn it into fabric. So I thought that would be a great idea. I saw somebody do it on in one of the collaborations, and I thought, what a great idea. So, you know, you can take any really pretty piece of digital paper, print it onto canvas, and then you've got a nice bit, make a fabric pocket, you can do whatever you like. So I thought I'd give that a try. I think that's a really nice idea. So I got that. And I've also got one of my lovely girls bought me this Stampers Anonymous Christmas stamp. It's called Darling Christmas. And I do love a bit of some of Timmy's stamps. And these are, because the stamp set I've got has got quite big images, which is great if you want big images, but this one's got lovely small images, little sayings, deck the halls with boughs of holly, have yourself a merry little Christmas, a variety of little sayings, small images, and that's going to be really nice to use as well. Next year. I've got to wait till next year now before I can use it, but really nice. And then finally I've got this stencil, Tim Holtz stencil to add to my collection. This is called, I think it's called Mosaic. It says it somewhere. Yeah, Mosaic. It's called Mosaic. So I'll do my usual and put the label on so I know what it's called. But again, I thought this is a great one for my next Moroccan journal. So that's what that one's for. So I've got a few things gathering for the Moroccan journal, because in case you've forgotten, the colours are going to be turquoises and greens for that one. And I haven't finally completely decided what type of journal I'm doing, so I'm working my way towards it and gathering things. And then my son-in-law, it's a kind of family tradition with them that they do table presents, and I think Christmas evening we did it. So, and he really came. He bought me some amazing things, a whole collection of bits and pieces. I think he got a lot of his things from AliExpress apparently, but they were just like, oh, he just gets me so well. So this is my favourite. I think I can open it. Oh, it's upside down. This is washi tapes. Look at these gorgeous washi tapes. And of course, and it's got kind of gold foiling on it, all the greens and turquoises I could possibly want. So again, something for my journal. So they're really pretty, these. And yeah, it's going a bit all over the place. But so I've got the washi tapes, and I have this little pack of like little flourishes, I think. So they're quite good for just putting around the edge of things, I think. So these sort of things, so you can kind of just decorate up a page or a edge of a pocket or anything really. So I thought they were quite fun. That's those. Then we have this pack of really fun ephemera pieces, and little pieces. There's some journal card size pieces. There's this tag. Oh, the tag. I don't know whether the tag was part of it. So I won't get them all out, but you get the idea. There's lots of little, really lovely little bits. So that would be quite nice. In any sort of journal really, but any kind of, just to add a little bit of extra colour and prettiness to a journal, or to journal cards. And then we've got these two sets. So these are all, I think they're journal cards really, but this one is called Mushroom Alice. Now I haven't got any plans to make an Alice journal, but you never know. It might inspire me to do it. So they're, looks like 4x6 journal cards, and they're really quite fun. So that's those. I'm not going to get them all out, but there's a whole bunch of them. And you've got the white rabbit, you've got the cat. They're rather nice actually, nice colours. So there's those. But then there was these, and I don't know whether to get these out. I might just get a few out, because I was looking at these and thinking, well, the colours. Sorry about the noise of the paper. It might be a bit glaring with the light on. I'm sorry about that, catching the light. So just take. Oh, I see. You cut them in half. So they're just paper. But I'm thinking they might work quite well in that Moroccan journal, just for some different sort of ephemera pieces, because I rather like the colours. The colours sort of would go very well. And they're kind of moony, and you know, they're sort of moons and stars and kind of ethereal ladies and things. And I thought, well, maybe I would use these to do some interesting ephemera pieces in my Moroccan journal. I thought that might work quite nicely. So just because of the colours, really. So I thought I might just use them for that. So that's another thing to add to my, just to make it also be a bit different to what I've done before as well. So there's some really pretty things in here. So yeah, so I got those. And the pièce de résistance was the present from my husband. He has bought me a Cricket Joy Extra, which means that, again, I saw somebody talking about this on one of these collaborations, somebody I hadn't watched before, talking about using her Cricut to do her fussy cutting. And you may have realised that I do struggle with that a bit, because my scissors kept snapping. My old blue handle scissors that I've used for years, I had 3 pairs and they've all snapped. All 3 pairs have now snapped. And I was struggling to find another pair of scissors that I could use. So this seemed like an ideal opportunity, because you can connect this Cricut to your laptop and your printer, and you send whatever it is you want to cut out to the printer, print it off, and then put it through the Cricut. I haven't tried it yet, we haven't set it up yet, but I'm hoping it's going to do a really good job for me. But then in the meantime, I managed to find another website, because I had bought some new scissors from Amazon and they were just really too stiff. They looked like they were exactly the same as what I'd had before, but they were not. They were too stiff. But I found another website and I got these. So these are pretty much identical to my old ones, and they're lovely. They're really easy to use. These are perfect, and I'm going to buy another pair. So I was a bit worried they'd end up being another stiff pair, but they're not. So they're obviously made properly for people who have difficulties with their hands. So these are great. I love these. These are what I use for fussy cutting. I also got this pair. They look a bit lethal. They are a bit lethal, but they do have a lock on them, and you just uncatch that, and then it's like that, and then you just... So I haven't got to... Because what I like is a pair of scissors that I can push down. I'm not very good at the pushing up. So these are quite good for cutting bigger things, or doing journal cards and things, cutting those out. So these are rather good as well. So I'm really pleased with these new scissors. And I may well go and buy some more. So that's my kind of Christmas haul. And I was going to quickly just show you, have a quick look at how my good journal's going, because you saw me do the first few pages. But I have been... This is just the first signature. This is now the first signature. It's absolutely stuffed. So I've just been busily filling it with all my Christmas memories, and yeah, using... Right, so I've been using that this glacier paste. And I just used it with a paintbrush, and you can see it just adds that little bit of shine. It's a bit of gold, and I've just I've stenciled this using just normal inks, and then I've just used my little bit of glacier paste just to give them all a bit of shine. I really like that. I have to do that again. Yeah, so anyway, and I've used it to do a variety of things, really. Not obviously on here, but then I have also started work on the next signature. Yeah, I've managed to get up to December the 20th, so I'm quite proud of myself, because I don't normally get that far by the end of the year. And I was going to show you the bit of... I used it through a stencil here, this glacier paste, and it's come up, and it's got a little bit of, almost a bit of glitter in it as well. It's lovely. So, yeah, I still have got to finish this. Got a few more bits to stick on here. So yeah, that's my journal. I'm not going to do a full flip through, because you've got the idea, and I'm sure everybody's... It's quite personal, really, so it's not always of interest to other people to see your personal memories, but you've seen me working in it, and I will continue to do so off camera. I'm just going to put this away, and I think that's everything I was going to show you first of all, and then we're going to move on and do a little make. Okay, I'm back. I've cleared away all the other bits, and now we're going to do some little bit of crafting together. But I did forget to say, with showing you all my goodies, that we had an absolutely wonderful Christmas. The two families, well, three families were together, so we were staying at our eldest daughter's from Christmas Eve to Christmas night, and our other daughter came and stayed as well. So we had the two children together. And I think to start with, little Arlo was a little bit overwhelmed with it all, because we were all together and it was all very exciting. But he soon got the hang of it, and the main thing I remember about our Christmas was the two children laughing together. She had him in stitches. She had him rolling on the floor laughing because of her antics, and they had such a lovely time together. She was helping to feed him, and he really loved that, and they really had a really lovely time. And by the end of Christmas, he was really getting the hang of opening presents, and I don't think any of us have ever seen him laugh the way he does when he's with Alyssa. So it was wonderful. It was a proper Christmas with children for the first time in a long, long time. And we had two little kids running around together and having the best time. So yeah, it was fabulous. Anyway, so while I was one evening in bed, or one morning, I can't remember, I decided to have a little look through. This is my 2019 Christmas journal, the first one I ever made. I'd only been junk journaling for a few months at this time, and I made myself a Christmas journal, and I'm really pleased with it. And I just thought I'd have a flick through just to see, because it was when Alyssa was very tiny, and I just felt like having a look through it. And I came across some ephemera that I'd never made since. I made it for this journal, and I'll show it to you. And I thought, oh, I haven't made those again. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make some. So I'll just take my closure off. So I think this was quite nice for a first attempt. I mean, there's a few things in here that I probably haven't done again, because sometimes you just learn new things and you forget to go back and do the old things. So this was what I came across, and this was a piece that I think I saw on Pam at the Paper Outpost making, because I got a lot of my original ideas from her. And there's a really nice piece of ephemera. It doesn't take up a lot of space and it's quite flat. But then you open it up and there's some journaling space. Then you open it up again and I've got photographs, and then you open it again and more photographs. And well, you can do it however you like. It can all be for journaling. It could be a combination of photographs and journaling, or whatever you like. But I just thought it was really rather a nice piece, and I thought, oh, I really ought to make that again. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that today, because I think it's something that I'd like to put in my idea box. Now, I know a lot of people have an idea book. I've never got around to making one. So anytime I make something, you know, I follow a tutorial or I've made something new, I throw it in this box to sort of, for reference for another time. And it's now really, really full. So it gave me an idea that I might start a new series of just working from my idea box and making some ephemera that I haven't perhaps made very much, and putting them in my stash. That's the theory. So I don't know if that will be a long series or a very short series. But I thought it'd be nice to do something different. I want to do some more ephemera making, certainly in the early part of the year, before I really get caught up with doing journals. I feel like I want to work in my to-do box, and I want to work in my idea box. And I want to do some mixed media, maybe do some more jelly printing or something. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, at least to start off with, to get myself back into the groove of making things. So I made a couple of prototypes. So this is the really basic prototype. So it's a very simple make, really, but it's one of those that you can adapt in many different ways. So I've opened it here, so I've just put some journaling space there, and I put a different piece of journaling space there. It's not glued down very well, and I've left that as it is, to put whatever you want on, just to give an idea. So I've done this as like the basic. So this will be the one for my idea box, because this is kind of the basic idea. And then I did one that I've completely gone over the top with the decorating. I've done a Christmas one using I can't speak, Nostalgic Noel kit by Rachel and Bella Crafts, because I bought the kit but haven't really done anything with it. It was what they were using for their collaboration. So again, it's the same idea. So it opens up, and I've got some journaling space there, and again there, and then I've just put a piece of decorative paper down the middle to reinforce the spine, really, and just make it look nice. But I've also covered each layer with some decorative paper as well, so it strengthens the paper, but it makes it look really pretty. So I really, really like that. So let's just make one or two of these and maybe decorate them as well. So I've got some papers. I've cut them already to size, just because I wanted to save some time. I knew I wouldn't have a lot of time to make anything. And although it's simple, it takes a little bit of time to put it together. And what I've tried to do is get contrasting papers, so different colours. So this is a bit similar to that, but when it's broken up with that, it looks different. And then you have them gradually getting smaller, and then you just fold each one in half lengthways. I mean, it's such a simple idea, but I'd not seen, I mean, I got this from Pam at the Paper Outpost, as I say, but I've never seen anybody else making one of these. So even though it's a simple idea, I think it's quite a nice thing to do for something a bit different. And you could probably make them wider. I mean, they don't take up an awful lot of room in the page. You could make them into a pocket. I mean, I just glued mine on when I did it in the Christmas journal, but you could make it into a pocket as well if you wanted to. So then you just layer it up like that, and you stick them to each other. I mean, that's all there is to it. But I'm going to do a little bit more, in that I want to decorate them. So for this one, I pulled out some of my Roxy Creations papers, just because I love them. I've got a little collection of bits here, so I'm just trying to decide which bits go where. So I'm thinking maybe that one on that side, because then you need to put something on the inside of these as well. Maybe that one on there. This one maybe on here, because I want them to kind of coordinate a bit. I don't want them to look too clashy. So they go quite nicely together. And then I've got a couple of other papers that I could possibly use. I wanted something more decorative on the front, so I think I might use that. Okay, let's go with that. Let's do them one at a time. Okay, so I'm just going to... I'm going to try and tear these now. Where's my ruler gone? Where's the way in it? Oh, there it is. It got moved. Right, so I'm going to try and tear this down. I like to leave a little bit of a border, but so I don't mind if you can see some of the writing, because obviously sometimes the border's just plain anyway when you folded it over, because you've got the edge. So I've got that there, and I'll just wind it up to there. Wind it up, fold it up, that's what I'm trying to say. Fold it up to there. Nope, that's not very good. Let's just tear it with the ruler and be done with it. Right, so we'll have that one on there. And then just put that one aside. Take the next one. So we've got music paper. And I'm just going to tear that down. And of course, you don't have to cover them. I don't think I did in my Christmas journal. I don't think I did. I covered the papers because you don't see very much of it. But I rather like when I was doing the one I made the prototype. I thought, oh, I bet once I put it together, you don't really see much of the background papers, so probably won't be necessary to do it. But actually, once I'd done it, I rather liked it. I don't know. I just like those layers of colour. So, no, use the ruler. So I thought, well, I will do it. I will cover them, but it's really not necessary. Got that one, and then. You do need to put something on the front. You definitely need to put something on the front as a bit of decoration. So I'm going to just tear that across there. Hope I'm still on screen. I think so. And then you've got nice decoration on the front there. Right, so I'm going to ink all these and glue them on, and then we'll do the next step. Right, so these have just been, all I've done is glue on those front pieces and ink around them. Don't have to ink. I like to ink. I like to give that kind of finished edge. So before we glue them together, I want to do something on the insides. So I've got a few options, but I think I've got this piece of, the rest of that piece of paper from Roxy Creations, and I think it's a little bit small, but not really that bad. So I think I could use, let me just put those aside. I'm going to use that side or that side. I think I'll use that because it gives you a background if you just want to put pictures or something or some ephemera, but you can write on it as well. So I think I'm going to use that one on there. Excuse me. So I think that will be fine there. I just quickly put some ink around that edge. Because what we'll have to do, once we've glued these on, it's probably a good idea to give them a chance to dry a little bit before we fold them. Right, one way up. Here's my bone folder. I've been finding this has been quite good for smoothing down because you've got this nice long piece, so I'm using that. And of course I've missed a corner. I think it seems to be some sort of crafting law that you always miss a corner when you're gluing things on. Okay, so that's that one. And then on the next one, I think I'm going to put some of this rather nice vintage, quite thin paper. And I think I'll just, tear that down. I like to see a little bit of the music poking out around it, and actually because it's quite thin paper you can see the music coming through a little bit as well. Alright, let's just fold that up a little bit. And give it a little ink, doesn't need much, just a touch. And we'll glue this one on. Let's check if how gluey it is. Alright, we'll leave that one to dry for a minute. And then in the final one, I like to just do something down the middle. And I think I'm going to use a piece of this. And we'll just find a pencil. Yeah, it's hiding behind my phone. Let's mark it. I'll mark it here. Let's see if I can turn this straight. My hopes are not high. It's just a case of getting it lined up really, isn't it? Let's try it. And then I'll leave the roses at the bottom. I just think it makes it look quite pretty there. And then we'll just tear it off here. Let me put that down the middle. Yeah, really pretty. These papers are just so lovely, and you can just mix and match all of her papers really, and they still work. Hoping she's going to bring some new ones out in the new year. I've used quite a lot of her papers lately, one way and another. Right, and I'll just glue this on. Try and get it more or less in the middle. Ooh, a big lump of glue under here. We don't want that. Yeah. Okay. Forgot to get myself the wet wipe out. I've got gluey fingers. Okay. So I'm going to leave these three to dry for a minute. And then we'll finish it off. But in the meantime, I'm going to try doing, at least making a start on another one. Right, so the ones we've been making so far have been more or less full height to a page. I'll show you. Not quite full height, but near enough. And as I say, you could glue it on and leave a pocket at the side here, but you've got plenty of journaling space, and don't want to make it overly bulky, but you certainly could have something going in the side here. I really love that with these bits. These are all little pieces of ephemera from the kit, the little book covers that she's made into ephemera. I think they're lovely. Anyway, that's that one. Put that aside. I might save that, and I'd quite like to do a journal with that kit next year, so maybe I'll hang on to that. But I thought what I might do this time is make it a little bit smaller. Not a huge amount smaller, otherwise you've got no room to do anything on the final piece. But this will be, I think it's a bit shorter, she says. It's a little bit shorter. Just scale down a little bit. I mean, you could scale it down even more if you want to, but I don't want to go too far. Oh, it looks like that bit needs a bit of a trim. What did I do with my trimmer? I may just cut it down just a little bit more. Only on the height. I don't think I want to go smaller on the width. And then this one, there's room to go smaller on this one. Let's just see. Yeah. Just checking they've got to kind of be in proportion with each other. So there's definitely room to get smaller on that one. So it goes there. And then that one would still, yeah, cut this one down a little bit as well. May have gone a bit mad on the last one. Cut too much off, but that's okay. We can just adjust. Alright, let's just do that. Put that aside. So then it's the same as before, we just fold them in half and choose some papers to make them look pretty. And I have pulled out a kit that I've not really used on camera before. It's a kit I use to make a journal for a lovely subscriber of mine quite a while ago. Actually, this piece, no, I want to do it that way, don't I? This one won't need covering because it's already plain on the back, so I won't need to put any extra journaling paper there because it's already got a plain back. That makes life a bit easier. And this is quite nice. This paper is quite thick. This one is very thin, so putting a piece of extra paper on there is a good idea. And fold that there. Try and straighten it up. This is quite a narrow one now on the front, but that's fine. And you can see I've got different colours again. I like to have different colours, different fonts, and different languages actually, although two of them are German and this one is not. This one's English, it looks. So a little kind of narrow one. So let's find some papers for this one, and the kit I pulled out is a Shabby Dabby Doodah kit. You won't be surprised to hear because I have lots of her kits, and this one's called Green Goddess. So I want to find some papers that will contrast a bit, but they will all coordinate. So let's see. So this would be quite good for the inside of one of them. It's writing paper. Pull that aside. Not that. No, I don't think that one. Do this one. Yeah, we could do that one. She might be quite nice on the front, mightn't she? Don't think I want her. She looks like she's frightened of something. Yeah, I think I might put her on the front. Okay, so I need one for that. So I've got that for the middle. I want another contrasting one for the back, I think. can we use? I could just use this piece because I only need a narrow piece, don't I? Yes, I could use that for the back one. Let's have a look. Something like that. Yep. Alright, so that looks like that's had a bit of a misprint. It's all gone a bit stripy and purpley there. Must have been coming to the end of my ink when I printed that. Right, so I think I'm going to I'm going to use my trimmer and be on the safe side with this one. Take that edge off. And then I should just take it about there, I think. Then which bit? I think I'll take it from the bottom. And take that bit off. Yep. No, don't do that. I know I shall make a mess of it if I do, just tear. Right, so we have that piece. And then for the middle, I'm going to use this piece. There's my middle section, there it is. Just mark it where I want to cut it. And I'll just, just at the top of the butterfly. Okay, that's that one. Get rid of my little bits. And for the front, where were we going to? We had the pretty lady for the front, didn't we? Where's she going? There she is. I'm going to pop her on the front. Let's hope. I may have to trim her both sides to get her on. And take it to about there, and then there. Just about get her on. Yep, still filming. That's good. Haven't had a New Year disaster on the filming front. That's good. Okay, so that's that. And get rid of these bits. So that's going to go on here. Like so. It's possibly still a little wide. But it's very thin paper, so I want it to be there to protect it a bit. Right, then we just need a bit of journaling paper in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to tear that down here. And then again here. Bring that down a bit. That goes that way. So that's that piece sorted. This one doesn't need anything else in the middle, so that one's done. And we'll just need a piece to go in the middle of this one. And I'm wondering about, yeah, I might use a piece of that. Middle, take that to about there. And just take this little piece off. Hopefully I can tear at least that little piece straight. Yep, okay. So those pieces are all ready to be glued on. So I'm just going to do that now off camera again, because it's not really something you need to watch, is me inking and gluing. And then we'll come back and finish the other one off, and then you'll see how this needs to be finished as well. So we've got all these pieces, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got these all glued down now, so that's that one. And then we've got that one with nothing on the inside because I don't need it. And then we have this one with this bit down the middle. So I'm going to leave those to dry now before I fold them. Let's go back to the first set that we did, which should now be hopefully dry enough to fold. So let's try folding it back where it was. Get the bone folder in. And then we've got this one. And we've got this one. And we just need to glue them all together and do our little tabs. So, put this one on first. There we are. Now we just need our little tabs to open them with. So you can use anything you like for the tabs. So I've got just circles of cardstock on this one. This is my basic kind of prototype. And as I showed you before, little bits of ephemera for this one. And so for this one, I have punched out some whale tails. And I'm just going to try and find some that go nicely with the kit, with the colours. That one will be quite nice on there. And what about this one on here? 3 that I like that might go together. That one, or that one maybe. Go on then, I'll put those on. 2 for another time. And there it is. You can do many more things. You can decorate it up some more. You can put some lace on it. You can do all sorts of things. But I just think they're really, really pretty and a bit different. And I rather like them. And I just completely forgotten that I'd made them. Totally not my idea. This is definitely, I'm sure it's a the Paper Outpost design. But I really like it. And I hope you do too. I hope you've enjoyed this. Just something a bit different to start the new year. There is a variation on this, which I haven't got time to do today, but we might do in the next video, or the next time I do one of these videos. I'm not quite sure at the moment how my schedule will go. You'll just have to see when a video pops up next and what it is, because I have no idea what I'm going to do next. So, Happy New Year once again. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.